Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Tom Plays Factorio for absolute beginners. So we've got a few things to sort out this time. One of the big ones I think is probably the train clashing, so I think I'm actually going to deal with that now rather than wait. Actually, I don't think I need that at all. So these are all filled in now. So, okay, well that's good. So I'm just going to make a secondary bypass. Well, an alternative bypass, I suppose I should say. It's going to need 3 more traffic lights. One going in and I guess 2 coming out. Probably going to want a traffic light on here as well. But let's just make a station. So I'm going to make a station that's specifically for iron. So I'm going to call it Iron Dropoff, which isn't technically a word, but you know. Southwest, Iron Dropoff Southwest. So it's kind of like the base Southwest, but just specifically for iron. Alright, those were for coal. Yeah, makes sense. So, same deal I guess, going to want to reload the iron train whenever that comes up. Let's see. So that's the other thing I could do with getting the coal down here. Need to get the coal down here and the quarry, the stone, going the other way. Right, so where does our iron actually meet up? There, right. So that's a bit of an issue. However, I mean, the idea really was just to use the both sides of the conveyor belt. So I don't really need to replicate most of that. Just need to replicate the basic concept. Which is just all the iron comes in this way. Oh, I was in the wrong place. I was wondering what was going on there. Okay, so in theory that should work. I just need to change this to Iron Dropoff Southwest. Do empty cargo again as my condition. And at that point, in theory at least, I should be able to dispense with all of this stuff. I mean, in theory I could leave some of it intact for doing the quarry. Hang on, that was the coal. Okay, well let's not worry about that just now. Alright, no, I've got myself confused. So yeah, let's worry about that, because that is wrong. That was intended for coal, this was intended for iron. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So in theory, that should do the iron the way we want it to be done. So let's just give that a try. See what it looks like. Oh, I also need a traffic light somewhere on here. That'll do. So if we leave that one just terrain for now, we can look at getting the quarry working from there. I'm a bit sorry I've messed up some of the coal stuff, but need to bring coal down anyway. Oh, that's the point. Not have any down there yet, do I? This is going to be a problem. And amazingly, we've managed to run out again. But it's stuck on the oil again, isn't it? Yeah, thought so. Okay, but that does seem to be working. So insofar as it goes, that's good. Okay, cool. Next thing, quarry. Right, so we've got two basic feeds for the quarry. Because I just need one section coming in, really. Can we get down there? We can. Alright then. And in theory, I think all I need is just one splitter. Ditto for that one. And then we just need to get this down to the Southwest base station somehow. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem possible or anything, so if we can get it to here, say, move over a little bit, because we don't want to, actually maybe we should follow the iron. I think if we don't want to interfere with the power production, if we can avoid it. Okay, I think that's what we wanted. Don't know why I pressed the E key just then. So at least in theory that should connect up okay. Trick now being to get something from the trains all the way up here, so we could reuse the things we were using for iron, I guess. Oh, maybe we should repurpose these coal ones. So if you do stone instead of coal, I'm just thinking we might want to do a double section for the copper. And actually, let's put you in as iron plate while I think about it. And at the moment that's the only thing that's coming in, but let's not risk it. It's like doing an assert in programming. I am expecting this to be iron plate. If it isn't iron plate, I want you to fail. Sounds good. Right, so we have got coal now. No, we don't. That's exactly what we don't have. We have stone now instead of coal. And I need to get you to there, which is fine. Not a problem. So I'm guessing you were the other one. So that was coal. This is now stone. So hopefully, hopefully, that will actually work. So what do we currently have in terms of quarries? I can see why people blast these things down. They do get in the way a bit. Alright, I've got 4. So I take all of these and I make 4 over in the offsite quarry. So for that I need to summon our iron train. Actually be great to pick up some ammunition, although I'm going to be cutting it a bit fine. If I do, might miss the train because it does offload pretty fast now. Still, I can always bring it back if necessary. Nope, we're good. Do need to get our stone production operational as soon as we can, really. So, what are we going to need? Well, to start with, we're going to need some mines. Pretty obvious. So, we had 4 supplying everything back there. Yeah, I completely forgot to pick up any new transport belts. That's annoying. Oh well. Let's at least drop off some ammunition. While I am at it... Oh no, we can't. No, transport belts. Fine. Actually, let's stick a couple of productivity modules into you guys. It's definitely a resource thing at the moment. Okay. Okay, the coal's looking a lot better, so that's good. So whether there's still interference or not between it and the oil train, at least not being starved of coal anymore. Transport belts. There we go. Just in time. Okay, maybe not just in time. A tight set off anyway, but the boost to the iron is not a bad thing. Just get this quarry operational. While I'm at it, let's try and up the iron production a little. So I think this might be going a little bit beyond the limits I would normally have. Apparently I've gone blind and can no longer see my mining things. Which is bizarre because they absolutely must be here. Picked up a bunch from the quarry. Okay, I'm going to make another one and see if I can... Oh right, I used the ones from the quarry, didn't I? Right, fair enough. Yeah, I think these actually go all the way up to this level. So I'm going to try and get them all used up. So I'm kind of expecting these ones to run out quite quickly. I just want everyone, I want to make sure I don't miss any bits. Okay, that's a bit more anyway. Let's see now. Oh yeah, gonna need steel boxes, aren't we? of these saved up. Do we want a double whammy of them? Don't have enough steel. Quarries are usually a little less urgent as well. Won't be producing as much, so maybe we can manage. Okay. Okay, so insofar as that goes, that does look like it works. And we should have a train all saved up, hopefully. So if I can just connect it up. So this is going to first head to Quarry Southwest until it has a full cargo, and then it's going to go to Base Southwest until it has an empty cargo. Nice and simple. I want you to be a sort of yellowish colour, kind of stony. Back off of red too much and move towards green. I guess that'll probably do. It doesn't look that good on there, but here it looks pretty much like stone. So if I start you off with some coal. Okay, and let's try and get this wall finished. Or at least get 18 more turrets in. And then we can test the quarry. We're getting kind of lovely. Where's my handy wall? Interesting. Okay. Clearly lost it at some point in terms of where the... Oh, was that all of my walls? Okay then. In terms of where the corners were meant to be. And where the gun turrets were supposed to sit. But not a problem. So, the usual issue. I have no idea whether attacks are more likely from the west or the north on this occasion. I'll assume from the west, so I will do the drop off here. And I think that'll be correct. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? So we'll need a fast inserter for this one. And that should handle the power. So the only other thing is I need to make sure there's no trees in the way, such as this one. I mean, I think that should do it. And then hopefully I mean, maybe we can even complete the circle now, which would definitely help. There we go. So with the circle completed, of course ammunition will just go round and round until all of the gun turrets have 10. Which is much better than them just sort of sitting at one end. Plus, it gives you gives us a visual clue as to whether all the gun turrets have sufficient ammunition, because we can see ammunition going around the circle. Okay, brilliant. Let's go test the quarry then. So the quarry, of course, could still be interfered with by the copper train, but it's generally going to be less of a concern if a quarry is held up. My biggest concern now is probably going to be the fact that we don't have coal coming to this train. But in any case, let's just shunt the copper train out of the way. So we basically need to get coal down here. Still, better make sure the quarry works first. Seeing as I recklessly took away all of the existing mines. Always best to test things before you move on to the next task. Good to see coal still coming in though. Although I see the trains are still in each other's way. So maybe I should be worried about oil not coming in. It's not like the coal's clogged up though. Okay, it's clogged up over there, kind of. Yeah, maybe that is a worry. Still, I suppose if we do add in another coal feed to get it to the stations in the southwest, it'll be a bit more another place for coal to settle. Okay, I think this is good. So we're sort of maintaining this for emergencies. This is like our emergency quarry now. I've got no mines in it, but if something ever happened to the base or something, like the off-site quarry, and then we could build some here. Yeah, we never even got close to running out of stone bricks. To start with, we did run out of stuff for walls, but then we've got quite a few in reserve, so I think the quarry we can consider to be a success. Brilliant. Okay. Okay, coal. There's the next thing. Although we do need to finish that wall off. Right, so to start with we're going to need a splitter. I don't have any splitters, although I can just make one I suppose, or a few. I'm going to have to restock, I think, fairly shortly. So where's our nearest coal feed? It's this, isn't it? Okay. Fair enough. Alright, I'm actually going to knock you out. Because I just want to follow this fairly straight, really. Actually, would we be better off going over the other side? I'm just thinking, because this isn't really anything to do with the train, is it? So it might actually be better if we moved it over this way. And I've managed to run out of transport belts again. Alright. Okay for most of the things. But I question whether we'll still be okay for them once we replenish some of these items. Yeah, see, we're out of iron plates already. Too bad, but we need electronic circuits because we are out of those, and I should pick up some, at least of the medium power poles. What else? We're a little low on railways, but I don't think that really matters. Okay, no, that's fine. Get this finished. There we go. So I think in theory that should now automatically reload the iron train as well. With coal, pretty confident about this one working. Train is full, looks good. And there it goes. Okay, brilliant. So I did want to drop off some of the junk. I think that should help with the power issues. Now, so we've got coal fully sorted. I've got a little bit of stone I don't need. Could do with replenishing steel slightly. Nothing too major though. You're actually out of copper. Grief. That's impressive, that copper train's been sat there for ages. Oh well. I probably just need to offload it faster. Yeah, and we've got all the quarry stuff coming in, so the only thing about coal is to do with these trains. Are they interfering with each other too much, or do we have too much coal? Let's send you off, because at least you will now replenish for a while. But yeah, it does make me wonder. Possibly if we start doing more things with the oil later, that will calm things down a little. I don't feel too bad. I wanted to drop off a stone, didn't I? That was the reason I went up there. Just get that out of my inventory. Okay, what else are we looking at? Most especially when it comes to the advanced circuits. What's our hold up here? Okay, so it's partly iron. It does look like it might also partly be a lack of electronic assembly machines, perhaps. So let's just stick another one in. So how are we doing these? That goes there. We have one for iron there. Have a fast inserter in here. Oh right, we're out of copper. Okay. Understood. Concerning, but understood. Looks like I definitely need to increase the speed of the offload for copper. Because yeah, that's just... not fast enough, is it? So if we do a couple here, because then they will be on the other side of the conveyor belt. And at the moment it should be safe to put these in unfiltered. But of course we can't leave them like that. I need to set that to copper plate. I need to set you also to be copper plate. Oh no, sorry, whitelist. And copper plate. Right. Yep, I think that's good. So that should be twice as fast. And hopefully we'll stop us being out of copper everywhere. That really surprised me. I was sort of feeling like we had an abundance of copper. I suppose basically because the train was always sat there offloading. But yeah, apparently we're using more than I realised. Okay, so as the final thing, let's just grab some productivity modules. Because the new electronics place could probably use some, if nothing else. And actually I might just break the supply for this one. I'm just thinking because we haven't managed to use these 5 yet and we've got 34 sat there. So at least have a cut off the electronic circuits. Still mean we're wasting advanced circuits for a while, but at least it will stop. Okay, so you're able to make enough. I'm not convinced you are. So let's make another assembling machine for copper wire as well. Actually, what am I talking about? This one isn't even being used yet. Oh, never mind, I've made it, so I'll keep it. Okay, so you are going to make me copper wire out of copper. I'll give you a couple of production modules as well, and you need some power. Actually, it is operating now, so that does actually work quite well. I see we're going to start needing some of the fast conveyor belts now. I know they are getting through. They're slowly getting through. Maybe not to the top one. But that's an improvement at least. That's definitely an improvement. Okay, brilliant. I feel like I probably ought to stop there. Maybe make sure all of our lab things have got productivity modules. Of course that one will have. Yep, those are definitely done. And are there any other ones we might want to just check? Maybe the black vials and the green vials, which don't even have an up-to-date assembly yet. It's not like we're running out or anything, but they will be using resources. Oh, hang on, that's the red one. Well, that explains that then. Okay. Let's replace you as well. And you. Right, so we'll try and get their productivity up in a bit. In fact, let's take you out because the green valves use far more valuable stuff. That should hopefully do it. Okay, right, so I think I'll stop there. That was quite productive, I think. I do still need to finish that wall, but we made the quarry, sorted out the clashing between the iron and the copper, made those faster to offload. We've still got clashes between the coal and the oil, unfortunately. I'm strongly suspecting that our coal mine north just has too much coal in it. So yeah, gonna need to do something about that, I think. Either find ways to stop these two from clashing, or possibly reduce, like take away one of the coal mines. Because yeah, I think that's just too much. Check how flooded with coal we are. Maybe even make more storage for the crude oil. That would probably help. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, the other thing, well, I suppose the big things are really just the quarry. But we've also got coal being supplied automatically to everywhere that needs it now. And plenty of it, hence the problem. So yeah, I think that's going pretty well. Probably want to check all the bases to make sure they have sufficient ammunition. Check all the mines to make sure none of them have run out. If any have run out on site, I might even move them over here. At least for a bit. And yeah, hopefully at some point we'll finally finish mining productivity too. And I should be able to make progress on some new technologies. But I'll leave it there for now. Pretty happy with how it went overall. And yeah, we'll pick it up next time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you then.